Hey, what's up, geeks? Darron here. If you're interested in learning React Native, there's a link in the description below to the GeekMODE membership. Also, if you're not already doing this, make sure that you follow us on Discord. There's a link to our Discord in the description below as well. Now, the title of this video is Finding a Niche. So what does that mean? What does it mean to find a niche? Usually when people talk about niches, they're talking about business. They're talking about picking a specific area of business, focusing on that and specializing in it and basically bringing in customers that way. Well, for you, you can do the same thing except as a software developer. You want to specialize in a specific field. So instead of wasting your time trying to learn everything, find one thing that you really want to like, You can even, there's languages that I haven't even I recently found out about Clojure.js. We have, there's a department at the company I work for called Business Eng, and they use Clojure.js, and I guess it's wrapped or part of it uses React as well. But my point that I'm trying to make is that when you specialize in something, not only does it give you the opportunity to focus on that specific area, it also allows you to be seen as like a specialist in that field. So if you're a specialist, recruiters, job companies, they're more likely inclined to entertain you. Now, when you're just entering as a software developer, you don't have that much experience. Let's say you're straight out of college and you have 0 years of experience. When you're a full stack developer, people don't know what to do with you because they don't know how much of what that you actually know. They don't know how to test you. So when you have those job interviews, they're stuck just asking you so many different questions that can just go over your head. But when you specialize, it gives you opportunity to not only build projects within that certain framework or within that coding language, but it also gives you the opportunity to master that area. You can basically learn the ins and outs of that specific tool. So when you do have the job interview, they're going to ask you questions about that tool, and you're more likely to go past. You're more likely to pass that interview. Now, I mean, we can talk about job interviews, but that's a whole nother conversation. Now, once you chose your niche, just stop BSing, man. I mean, really, you have to cut the bullshit. I'll take myself for example. I know that when I first started learning how to code, it took me way too long. Honestly, man, it took me about a year, and I felt like I was putting a lot of time into it. But when I think about it, there were a lot of other distractions. I understand you need time to relax, you need time to do your thing. But I had so many other things going on in my personal life. I had issues with relationships, issues with friendships. I could be going out partying because I was learning while I was in college. But honestly, it's going to become a day and time in your life when it's you know what, you're going to get tired of your own crap. And you're like, hey, you know what? I just have to do what I have to do to make this happen. And a lot of you may be coding yourself, and then at the same time, you may be coding and playing video games at the same time. There's nothing wrong with playing video games. I know people on the internet, these self-improvement gurus, they diss people for playing games. But video games actually help me relax. I also enjoy playing my guitar. My point is you have to learn how to manage your time better, man. There's people that I love that I really was trying to help and try to open doors for. But really what it came down to, they were just lazy. You don't want to defeat yourself. We're going into a recession, and a lot of us are in fields that there aren't competitive fields. And a lot of us are going to be unemployed. There's going to be issues with, I want to say there's going to be issues paying bills and things like that. And honestly, it's time to just buckle up and, get to work, man. Now, speaking of hard work, and that's exactly what it's going to take. It's going to take hard work for you to change your life and for you to actually learn these new skills. But I promise you, once you learn these skills, these software development skills, it's going to be easy. I mean, you can get most of your work done in about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours most of the time. There are some subtle issues. My point is it's only difficult at the beginning of the process. But I promise you, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you just put dedicate a year to just becoming the best software developer you can become, and that's going to create so much more free time for you, where you can actually work on your side hustle, or you can just enjoy your hobbies, or you can go on vacations. And I want each and every one of you to have that kind of life, a life of flexibility, a life of happiness. And I promise you, as you're leveling up in life and you're developing these new skills and your income's growing, your relationships will improve. Your relationships will improve because the money is there. Your relationships will improve because you became a completely different person. You became a new person who didn't waste their time, who actually took something and they told themselves, you know what, I'm going to master this. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to build a completely new career. And when you do those types of things, not only does your career change, but your entire social circle and everything around it changes as well. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in learning React Native, there's a link in the description below to the GeekMODE membership. And also, if you're not following us on Discord, make sure you do that as well. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.